What's taking them so long? I thought we were gonna have a production meeting before we shoot. The van's already all loaded up.
I read an article that said girls don't like it when guys get all twisted up about their punctuality. They find it controlling.
What? Why did you need an article to tell you that?
I just thought you might find that information useful.
I'm not trying to control Chris. Just got a lot to do.
Uh-huh.
Hey, right on time!
Time to get cooking. What?
Nothing. Just trying to keep a low profile. Bonnie snooping around.
All right. Is everybody ready to get this production meeting started? We got a big night ahead of us. Guys, I gotta tell you, my mind's going like a million miles an hour right now. Did you know you can get like every newspaper article ever written at the library? It's insane. It's all right there.
No, tell me more.
I've spent like all day looking up every single thing I could find about Frank Stone, the mill, the murders. We are sitting on a freaking gold mine here.
Sounds like a productive day.
And yes, I had some help from my assistant.
I aim to please.
Oh, that reminds me. Now that you are an official member of the team, gotta wear the team jersey.
Wow. This is this is amazing. I'm honored.
You wanna wear the stripes? You gotta earn the rights.
I promise I'll be the best ancillary producer you've ever seen.
Production assistant.
Yeah, totally.
Feast your eyes.
Whoa. Wait, where's Sheriff Green?
Yeah, so Dad's never exactly been stoked about that.
But I thought he got the guy.
Yeah. And Sheriff Kushik took all the credit. People around here knew what was up, but
Let me see that.
This one's a 10-year retrospective. They go into all sorts of grisly details left out of the press the first time around.
and Dad got a little more credit too.
This is big deal stuff. We're making our movie in the very same spot it went down. Can't beat that.
Stone's victims were real people. This was a real person.
Yeah? So?
I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to look at their picture.
And this is suddenly now a problem for you?
It's not a problem. It's just a little weird.
You were just like super gung-ho when I got here. What gives, man?
Nothing. I just don't want to, like, exploit any of the victims or whatever.
We're not gonna exploit Stone's victims. I'm just trying to maximize the potential of our main location. That's how you make a good movie.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We've only got one shot at this.
Yeah. So let's not fuck it up.
Can we help?
Nah, Robert and I'll go through and see if there's any other good places in the mill to shoot. Then we'll head out.
I'm sure no one was sad to see it go.
End of an era. Cedar Steel Mill
why don't you start
permanently
with these?
closed
So
August
we're looking for
24th,
Frank Stone
1967.
references.
We're looking
The
for
Cedar
anything
Steel Mill
referencing
wants
specific
the-
locations in the mill that could be associated with Frank Stone.
The mill's a
I'm
pretty
trying to
huge
talk
place.
here.
That's why I'm sure there's
I
gotta
mean,
be something
read,
we haven't found
but-
yet.
Definitely possible.
We'll find it.
Okay. The Cedar Steel Mill, once the industrial heartbeat of our town, is to be permanently closed after 40 years of almost continuous operation. Founded by Howard Kinsey
Here,
Tester in
look at
1921, the
this.
mill is
Mill projections
wartime
dire for fall
heyday.
season.
It mentions Frank?
No, but it goes into the mindset of the workers. people were depressed. There were suicides.
At the mill?
Not at the mill, but like people who worked there or got laid off.
Damn.
This was a year or two before the murders started.
Does not sound like a fun place to spend a 12-hour shift.
There are a couple articles like this. The mill was in serious decline.
But if it doesn't mention Frank,
I don't know. It's all related to him, to the way he was, or
Come
why
on,
he
I'm
did
trying
what
to
he did, or
read here.
something.
that's your expert opinion?
It's just a hunch.
Okay. Founded by Howard Kinsey Tester in 1921, the mill in its wartime heyday produced high-quality steel that was distributed across the nation. Mr. Tester's
I pulled
legacy
some
was
of these
honored
today,
by his
too.
daughter
What's
Morgan
that?
in a statement given on
Obituaries
Wednesday
from around
morning.
the time of the murders. And a little before.
Oh, good thinking.
Morgan's Tester's statement suggests the family's decision to close the mill permanently had been taken out of respect for the memories of those murdered on its premises by former employee Stone. Not everyone is convinced by this justification, however.
Journalists sure can't get enough of Frank Stone.
Secrets of Killer Stone come to light. September 16, 1963, as Cedar Hills tries to make sense of recent events at the Cedar Steel Mill. More disturbing details are starting to emerge about the man at the center of the scandal, 36-year-old mechanist Frank Stone, who was shot dead by police during a violent altercation last Friday. Stone, who our own Sheriff Kushik is linking with multiple unsolved disappearances over the last 3 years, has been described by those who knew him as a loner, creep, and oddball. Most shocking are the growing rumors that Stone was taken on by Cedar Steel and its owners, the Tester family, despite a prior police record for violence.
I wonder if Linda's okay with all this Frank Stone stuff.
Tom Holt interview. Book of the Omniverse, Guru Connor Bonham. Physical fitness alone cannot provide one with true equilibrium. To achieve this, higher state of consciousness, it is necessary to still one's soul and reach the deeper tranquility required for the shamanic meditation to truly take effect. Only by first embracing introspection and the infinite nature of possibility may we ascend our listed selves, a process that begins with learning to appreciate the infinite potential in all things, first in a conceptual sense and then literally. For those of us from sleepy towns, perceived any sort of magical quality to them may be difficult at first, but it is entirely possible through deep meditation. It was through my own practices learnt from my journeys through the American interior that I successfully evaluated my consciousness to the point I was able to visualize another Cedar Hills, one beyond the veil of our reality. This little town seemed so very much like my own, yet so fascinatingly different in countless subtle ways. To give one example, the Collier family still owned the drugstore, but the manager behind the counter was none other than young George, the son who died so tragically some years ago. Here he was in healthy middle age, a season of life I knew he had never reached. With
An
each
Omniverse? Far out.
With each new sight, I was left pondering the many paths and turning points that the people of this Cedar Hills had taken to deviate from all those I knew so well, and all the people there was one whose fate I needed to know more than any other myself. Yet the vision I saw as I passed through the entrance of my home shocked me to the bone. Here I was poor, starving, desolate, destituted. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. No better than a beast. I let the pity pass. However, my philosophic philosophic learnings enabled me to realize that this glimpse of another destiny simply reflected how my life would have been had I not achieved enlightenment. I drew two conclusions from my meditation. I drew two conclusions from my meditative voyage. One, that every journey through life offers almost incalculable variations, and while we may each have only finite possibilities, our own journeys, there may be other journeys taken by mere versions of ourselves that visit all destinations. Two, the different planes of reality are not so much separate rivers running in parallel as they are interconnected tributaries following to a single vast ocean of experience and possibility. To explore this idea further, we must consider some. Uh, should hold on.
Yeah, yeah. I can remember it clear as a bell. Don't think I've ever experienced anything like that night, before or since. And don't reckon I ever will again. Heck, I don't know if I would have even made it out alive if it weren't for Sam Green. Man's a hero. Damn shame that no-good sheriff's taking all the credit. Damn crying shame. He all but gave up on finding Stone at the mill. Sam Green, he knew better. He came right up and told me we had to search every nook and cranny of that place. And if we had waited just a second longer, well, there'd be one less beautiful baby in the world. Or worse. Sam took Stone down just in the nick of time. Like something out of a movie.
That it? Okay.
Thanks to Mr. Holt, nobody questioned my dad's story.
Wow.
They were friends after that. My dad gave the eulogy when Mr. Holt passed.
I can't believe Mom's
I'm
finally
in
getting out.
hospital called.
I
Mom
can't
will be
wait.
home Sunday. Bond. Anything else before I continue on? All right.
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm just not a fan of this.
Understandable.
Her whole obsession with Frank Stone and the murders just feels a little intense. Maybe it's because she's not from Cedar Hills, but you know, those victims could have been any of us or our families.
But they weren't.
So you don't think it matters either?
I didn't say it didn't matter. I just meant it happened a long time ago. And Chris is excited because some of the locations could work really well for the film. Like this one. Take a look.
What is all this?
I came up with a new scene to shoot.
That you wrote?
Yeah,
Does Chris?
I told Chris about it last night.
Oh, she was into it?
Yeah, we'll shoot it if we have time.
Cool.
This furnace chamber location is perfect, but I wouldn't have known about it without Chris's research.
It's pretty rad. I hope we have time to shoot it.
Thanks, me too.
Oh, yes!
Huh?
What is...
It's a picture of Frank Stone?
Look at the date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
This is from before the murders, before they realized it was Frank.
It's about mill operations, kind of a puff piece to drum up interest in new recruits. Hello, what is this?
Look at the caption.
Worker Frank Stone, machine shop.
Bullseye.
Machine shop, huh?
We've got to shoot there. That's it. That's the place.
It's perfect.
So, time to go?
Okay, people. Company move. Time to head on out and shoot the shit out of this thing. Let's go, let's go. Time is money. Let's make a movie.
Now, what were you little ding-dongs working on? Hello. Interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present The Mill.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, you see the creek down there? We follow that, takes us right to the secret entrance.
I don't see it.
That's why it's secret. We don't have to do this.
Yes, we do.
Ready? Oh, careful. First step's a doozy. All right. This way.
Now I'm playing as Chris. Okay. So I get to play as Hyman when nothing is happening, but then I get to play as Chris whenever
Breathe in.
we're moving around elsewhere. Gotcha. What? The
Can't
Hyman
believe
not
we're gonna
special
see the
enough?
place where Frank Stone actually killed people. Freaking.
Okay. 2 ways into the storm drain from here.
One easy and one hard?
They're both medium difficulty.
Then give us medium one first.
Well, medium 1 is to climb the gate over there. Then it's like a straight shot right in, but it'll take us pretty close to my dad's patrol route.
And medium two?
Medium 2 is we cross to the other side, where we're a lot further away from my dad, but it's also gonna take a bit longer.
Those are both very medium.
Right down the middle.
So, which way?
I'd rather keep a little distance between us and the law. No offense.
Hey, I don't want to get in any trouble either.
So, we should cross.
Yeah.
Your dad really patrols the mill every single night?
Ever since I can remember.
Huh.
I used to think it was weird, but... it's just kind of his thing. Growing up, nothing killed a friendly conversation quicker than someone calling my dad the hero of Cedar Hills.
I remember he didn't want to be interviewed for that profile they ran for the 10th anniversary. Had a cool title, though.
What was the title?
The man who drew blood from a stone.
Damn.
I mean, it could make a good title for the other movie.
Other movie?
We were just batting some ideas around, just spitballing.
Cool.
Maybe we should stick to finishing one movie at a time.
Totally. Yeah. Campfire.
Looks old.
Bonnie and her friends used to come out here and hang out.
Bonnie seems too cool to have friends.
It's true. They were not cool enough for her.
And that's why she moved to New York.
Wait, really?
No. But she wasn't always so Bonnie.
What?
She was kind of a goody little two-shoes.
Who had bonfire parties at abandoned mills?
What's wrong with that?
It just doesn't feel very the little two shoes.
Well, Bonnie was the president of the Clean Up Cedar Hills High School initiative. We'd come through here and pick up all the litter that had blown in off the road.
Oh. Goody little two shoes. What happened?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Gotta love a happy ending. Chris Gordon. Another victim claimed by Frank Stone. And Gravity.
Tattooed middle finger. She tells me I must not doubt what I dream of.
Made it. This place is awesome. I wonder what we'll find inside.
Are you absolutely sure this is safe and we're not gonna fall into some kind of ventilation shaft full of whirling fan blades?
I can't promise you won't, but at least you'll be able to see them as they tear you to pieces.
Thanks.
Brought one for everyone?
Yep.
What you got in there?
Well, the flashlights, my notebook, some pens, a couple of granola bars, 3 ponchos, first aid kit, bottle opener, sunscreen, collapsible cookware, and utensils.
You know we're not hiking the Appalachian Trail, right?
Always be prepared.
This thing staring at us from a distance is not a very fun time.
We must be under the mill by now. Just gotta find a way up.
Haven't you ever talked to your dad about that night?
What night?
The night he was here with Frank Stone?
There was one time when I was...
What's in here?
Who would have
The
left
rat.
this here?
Spectre that stalks the fog. The spectre. I guess I also need to go the other way too. Hold on. Oh, wait. He's not where I'm supposed to go.
I'm not sure about Linda's new scene. But if I pull the director card, she'll probably never talk to me again. Huh, a little key.
Casting shed.
Better get back to Robert.
Locked.
As I was going to say,
a little bit longer,
when I was
so
little,
I'll
and
probably
he was really
do
drunk.
the next one and
Even though he doesn't remember,
the
kind of like
other
knowing
option
what he went through.
later.
I get that.
He didn't talk to me like a little kid, or like my dad. Got to see him the way he really is. He showed me all his scars. You know, he fucked up his shoulder that night. Real bad. Still can't use it like he used to. Probably never will.
Damn. I didn't know it was so intense.
He told me he and Frank Stone squared off face to face, right here in the mill. The furnace chamber, actually.
No shit. What else did he tell you?
Just that he saw things no man should ever see or know.
What does that mean?
Every time I've ever brought it up, gets that look in his eye. And I just don't want to see him like that.
Nothing of interest. You give me somewhere to squeeze through and you give me nothing? I get nothing.
So, like I was saying,
You sound disappointed.
no. No. But I'm glad you've got such a good relationship with your dad.
Me too.
No way. Is this?
Wow. I think that could actually be my dad's, yeah.
I thought police officers had to guard those things for their lives.
I'm sure he did. Then again, I can see why he left it behind.
Nearly there. That wasn't there before. Neither was this
Gotta love a
pathway.
scenic route. Any major plans for after we graduate?
I haven't given it much thought. Not like you.
What makes you think I have?
I can just tell. The film, the directing, it's in your blood.
Really nothing this way.
And your blood? You want to be a cop like your dad?
No way. I like movies too. That's kind of why I wanted to help out. Horror movies especially.
Oh. I thought you just liked... Hey... So, like I was saying... Oh. I thought you just liked hanging out around haunted mills.
You don't really think it's haunted.
Don't I?
Knock it off. I think this is it. Up there.
Last chance to turn back. Look, I'm no aficionado on making horror movies, but there's a thing that said last chance to turn back. Should probably turn back. Eh.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes! Robert, you're a genius.
Good call on the storm drain.
Thank you, Robert.
Come on, people! No more standing around flapping our yap sacks. One more scene and we're done. All set, Jaime? Okay. Roll up. And cut! How was that for you?
I think we got it.
You know what that means, right? And that's a picture wrap on Murderville! Way to go, everybody!
I think we still have one more scene left to go before we're officially wrapped.
Wait, what's the last scene?
Right. Yeah. Linda pitched shooting a scene that would flesh out our backstories.
Adding a little flesh, huh? Yeah, I think we could work with that.
But you're playing brother and sister.
Come on. With our chemistry? Nobody's gonna buy that.
Where are you thinking we'd shoot the new scene?
I do have a place in mind, actually.
Oh, yeah. That's the furnace chamber, right?
What do you guys think?
I say we do it.
Sounds good. Huh?
Yo. You coming?
Yeah. Be right there.
Did you see something?
No, that was nothing.
You sure? You seem kind of spooked.
What's up?
Nothing.
Nothing, right. Except Jaime saw a ghost back there.
Okay, I'm not 5. I don't believe in ghosts.
You will!
Ah, get off me! Get off me!
Gotcha.
Not cool, Bonnie!
Disagree.
Not cool! What are you doing here?
I'm part of the crew.
We don't need any help.
Then I'll just hang out and stay out of your way.
This is a closed set.
Apparently not.
Jaime!
Bonnie, I really think you should be helping Dad at home right now. You've got a lot on your plate, you know? And
that's all I'm good for?
no. I mean, that, Linda?
Whatever. I don't care if she tags along.
Okay, cool. I'll be totally invisible. Just act like I'm not even here. Actually, scratch that. Act like I am here, but like invisible, but you still know I'm here, and you're not gonna get up to any funny business, because that's just gross, okay? Don't do it. Well, okay, are we just gonna stand around, or are we gonna make a movie? Time is money, right?
Just make sure you don't get in the way. We've still got a lot to do, and I don't work well with distractions on my set.
I think you mean our set.
Okay, I keep changing people. Oh, what's in here? Box that shows me all the different ones. Anything else? Is there any special? Yes. No. Okay, fine. I have nothing to say about that. Okay. Oh. Oh, looks like there's everything else. Okay.
You okay?
No, yeah. It's just... This is right where my dad came face to face with Frank Stone. I always had a mental picture of it, but now that I'm actually seeing it with my own eyes, I don't know, it's different.
Let's see if I can find anything to help me out here, because there's a thing over there, and I want to get it. Needs a part. So, it looks like this is going to be a long episode, so all for part 1 of chapter 5, and then there will be a part 2 of